So this one here, I'm skipping the part where the helicopter is basically just causing chaos in the, I guess, bird cages maybe they were, I'm not really sure. Because there isn't a whole lot of sneaking you can do there. You're pretty much just running through it as, well, crawling through it as quickly as you can. So you go up towards the door just to trigger the guy to walk through. And he's going to stop and take a look over by the fan there. And then he's going to come over towards us. So we just sneak around the pillar. And we're going to go right over to where he was. There's a vent on the ground, or towards the bottom of the wall, rather. In we go. And along to the end. Nice and quick and easy. Just take a quick look to make sure you know where the helicopter's at. Once it's out of sight. Out, and we're going to go around to the left. Nice little mishap there as I stand up, which is all kinds of awesome because you frequently get caught. Now here we got these two guards. This one, he doesn't ever actually step around the corner where we are.
Who the hell is this guy? He's jumping buildings, dodging helicopter fire? What's going on here?
Gotta be ex-military. You know, my cousin Anthony. He's combat soldiers with what is that? Oh, that PTSD. You know, and some of these guys, when they snap, they fucking snap, you know?
Such potty mouths. Cops, jeez. So the tricky part here has a lot to do with just these two guards that are closest. The one down on the bottom right isn't a concern anymore, but these two here, they've kind of got some offset timing. You'll find that throughout the game quite a bit, is that the guards have very slightly offset timing. So if you sit and watch long enough, eventually their paths will be slightly different than they were the first few times. And this one unfortunately ended up being a little bit longer than I would have liked to be. Just the way that they were moving, because of course this one's coming back right as the other one is going to end up going and leaving. Just ended up being unfortunate. And of course the helicopter doesn't really help out with that whole situation. Just enough time here to switch over and change cover. Got these two guys, both of which are only sort of there, but not quite enough time to make a break for the door just yet. And this ended up being a couple of paths as well. So there they take off, and off we go to the door. And into the pothouse. Which is all kinds of awesome. Now, I am throughout all of this just sort of cutting out the little bits in between just to try and speed things up a bit. You don't really have to worry too much about these guys seeing you, but this guy's just friggin' hilarious. Just gotta get that pot in the pot into the toilet, because they won't notice the field over in here. A little bit of sneaking around the corner. The cop there talking to the guy just won't see you. Now the big concern here, right now, is we've got the guard at the top, around the center of the screen, and then there's another one off to the left corner. He turns away, and we sneak in behind him, and get beside the wall here, because we've got another one around the corner. Just sit and wait for just a little moment, and then through here. And this part's pretty simple. It's just a matter of following a couple of guards that never actually look behind them, so you don't really have too much to worry about. And you can see the wonderful graphical prowess of the engine with these beads. Doesn't it just look fantastic? Alright. So the guards are gone. Police, I guess. Not really guards at this point. Off to the right and into this room here, we've got a guard that is looking for a safe combination, which just happens to be in this notebook here on the shelf. So we sit and we can wait for him to leave. There's a couple of ways you can do this too. Inside the safe is an explosive. You can either arm the explosive and then, of course, deal with it later, set it off from a remote location. which basically causes a bunch of the police to come running. Or you can play around with the radio. Now, I picked up the radio like an idiot. If you leave the safe open, the guy's going to come back in as soon as he notices some noise. So I just hucked the radio here to get him back in. Now, you'll see there was that, you know, he's searching for me kind of sound. And it doesn't mean that he's seen me. It doesn't mean that I've lost any points. We'll just take a quick look here and you'll see we haven't been spotted. There's been no points lost or anything like that yet. So now he notices right after that, as that sound is basically they've stopped looking for you. So he notices the safe. Bunch of money and an explosive. He calls his friends in, which happen to be the police that are standing in front of the elevator, which is how you get out of the level. The only exception is a possible guard or two in the hallway. So you keep an eye out behind you. I don't know. This ends up being a little bit buggy too. Like he's knocking on the door, which is open. So he's standing in front of an open door and then he wanders through the door. I've seen that happen quite a few times. But anyways, you just follow him along. And from here, it's the level's over, really. Nice and quick and simple. You do want to check the left here just to make sure you don't have anybody that's looking directly your way. And you hit the elevator, and you're good to go. So we'll close that one up. Cheers.